Hey everyone, what's going on? And welcome to another episode of Get Super with me, Joshy G. And yes, I am back home in Venice, California. I was in Vegas for a while, but now I am back home, and now you can see what my living room looks like. Of course, with me is Paul. A little twist to today's episode. I'm having Paul doing the workout. So normally we have a special guest. Today, I have Paul, who's normally our regular moderator on the show, but now making him work out on the big screen. Why? I'll get to that in a moment. And then we have Cassidy. We're pulling her off of the bench. She's going to moderate for us instead.
Yes, I am.
You can see her smiling face on the screen right now. Let her know throughout the show if you have any questions about the workout, any questions for myself, for Paul, for my dog Matzo Ball. Yeah, you let me know if you have any questions. Cassidy, drop them in the chat, and Cassidy will relay them to us. And of course, as always, we're practicing social distancing, which is why we're not in the same room, but I wish we were, because I would love to see Paul go through this terrible workout. By terrible, I mean fun. Why is it fun? Well, it is the Hulkbuster workout. I co-own a company called DeadBoys Fitness with WWE superstar Seth Rollins, and we partnered up with Sideshow. We created a fun at-home workout where you, that's right, you, all the folks at home, can win a 6-scale Hulkbuster that is really, 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 really cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, that's a great piece.
The folks at Sideshow came to me. They're like, "Which piece do you want?" And that's immediately the piece that I wanted to give away. It was the Hulkbuster. It's so cool. It's so big. It's so fun. And we have a fun workout where you could do it at home and you enter to win it, which is even cooler. Like, you know, obviously health and wellness is a gift in its own, but now you can possibly take home a Hulkbuster, which is fun because, Paul, you are going to do the Hulkbuster workout, and
I am.
Maybe you can win it. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I agreed to do this is I was told that I'd have a chance at winning. So we'll see.
Exactly. Paul's the man behind the moderator. You never really get to see him unless you watch or follow his show, Comics Hall. But now we have you on the big screen. Paul, what are some of the things that you love in the comic book world or the world of pop culture that maybe the folks or fans of Get Super may not know or may not know your background? What are some of the things you love that you want to share with them?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously read an unfathomable amount of comics like weekly. I mean, I love reading comics. Specifically, I like a lot of indie books. I love the big two. I will say I always get a lot of flack for it, but I'm much more of a DC person than Marvel. But
yeah, I don't know why anybody would give you flack. I mean, I growing up loved Batman, a huge Batman fan. I still am to this day. Those are the books that I fell in love with growing up. And in fact, I was the same way. Marvel, I didn't really love. And it was only until the start of the whole, superhero movie Marvel kind of kickoff, and then obviously into the cinematic universe, that I started to kind of switch over to Marvel and less DC. But DC has some great books out there that, for those of you that may not know, like there's some amazing books, storylines, artists, and writers that have come out of the DC universe.
I mean, yeah, there's so many stories on both sides, away from either one of those sides, whether you're reading Dark Horse, you're reading Image Comics, Boom Studios. I mean, there are so many great books out there. I have a fun game where I like to be able to assign just one book to someone, even if they don't read comics, and I'm usually never wrong. I usually can pick books for people, even if I know I've never read them. I know enough about them to say, oh, well, Joshy, I know you're going to like this book. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a place in the world for Marvel versus DC. It's like, why not have both of them? We exist in a world where we can enjoy each side of those. I would say the way I was explained, when I worked in a comic book store, way before Sideshow. And
by the way, it seems like the coolest job is working at a comic book store.
I mean, it is when I should have been cleaning and dusting, I was just burning through books. So, it was great. And it's always nice to have generations of folks come in, and you see, fathers or mothers bring in their kids and saying, like, this is what got me into comics. Here's the new iteration or new version of that. And that was the best part, is finding a character whether we're talking about Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, She-Hulk, whoever, that both generations can really relate to and love. Like that was the most rewarding part, was just like, I don't care what you read, just read comic books and keep supporting comic books.
Yeah, it's funny. I was telling my girlfriend Jen, who you've met on the show, the story of how I kind of got into comic books, and it was very similar. My dad loves to read. He took me to a bookstore one day, and back, in the 80s, from what I remember, my very first memory is the spinning rack at a local bookstore, and just the comic books that were in those shelves of the spinning rack, and being able to spin that rack and seeing all the different kind of colors and characters and the cool art on it. I was immediately drawn to it, and that's what got me into comics. And ever since then, I just remember some of my fondest memories are me and my brother going from comic book to comic book store, trying to complete an arc. I had this issue, but I needed this issue. I remember one of them being Nightfall.
Oh yeah, that's such a great story.
Yeah, and this is before I maybe even realized that there were trade paperbacks that I could pick it all up. So it was just me and my brother. I'm like 13 and 14 years old, going from comic book store, trying to finish that arc, so we knew exactly what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I think is it's something that's interesting, because there's so many stories out there that it doesn't matter if you read it off the rack or you're reading it 20 years later. Something like Nightfall, like a good story just holds up.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to tell people, it's funny, coming from comic rack to real, when you've got stuff like the Infinity Gauntlet, like I say, like rack to reel, that story had a long time for people to really kind of appreciate. And I'm sorry, and so by real, everyone, I mean like from film reel, from the time when it was written to when it's up. It's got a lot of time to permeate and really see, like, kind of work out all the kinks of those stories, because they're not perfect, but they push boundaries, which is what media should do.
And they executed it really well. The folks in Marvel Studios, they, I was talking to my buddy Adam about that. There's nowhere in my wildest dreams, as a kid and even as a young adult, would I think, oh man, there's going to be a scene in a movie where Spider-Man is, swinging off of Thor's hammer while holding the Infinity Gauntlet in between a fight between, the Avengers and Thanos' army. Like, in my brain, I was like, you're crazy, you're insane. There is no way that's going to happen. And the fact that we got to see that last year, I mean, I just remember sitting in the cinema being like, this is so unreal.
Now, Joshy, important question here. How many times did you watch Endgame in theaters?
I want to say 2, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I want to say 2, but I know that when it came out I bought the DVD, and then when it came out on Disney Plus, me and my girlfriend Jen, we just recently rewatched it.
Right.
So it's, and then I remember when I was traveling, it was on the American Airlines, like you could watch it. And I would watch it wherever I was going. Not because it was so long, but just because it's just so enjoyable, both Infinity War and Endgame. It was just fun to rewatch over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I think was like a huge payoff. And you, Josh, you're someone that can probably really appreciate that, because you are someone, because of your adoration for fitness. It's like it's a very it's a very disciplined lifestyle. And it's like, I always say, like, it's funny for people from watching Iron Man to Endgame, like, if you went that whole journey, like, you deserve to watch Endgame however many times you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You were disciplined and you watched every single movie, and the culmination of all of those movies was Endgame.
Well, even after the first Avengers movie, you're like, oh my God, how is this going to get even better? Even when they first revealed Thanos, you're like, oh my God, how long is this going to take? Even now, obviously, during these tough times of, being quarantined and stuff, and a lot of these productions are, put on hold, or things have been pushed back to the following year, whether it be Black Widow or Eternals, or even the new Batman movie, even Wonder Woman. It's going to make, at first I was kind of upset about it, in the sense that I was like, oh man, I have to wait even longer, but it's going to make those reveals even that much sweeter. Whatever, Black Widow has to offer, or Eternals, or Wonder Woman, or Batman, like, it's going to make those movies, when they come out, even much more enjoyable experience, because we had to wait even longer for them. What I'm looking forward to even more so than ever is the new Ghostbusters. Like, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, and the fact that I'm not going to see it this year is kind of upsetting, but knowing that when it does come out, it's going to be amazing.
Right. I mean, we as you know, as a fellow geek, we wait and wait and wait, and it's like I'm the wrong person ever to ask, like, what did you really think of this? Because you know, I mean, you grew up in a time, and I grew up in a time, and
Yeah.
a lot of people watching where like we weren't getting any comic book movies, we weren't getting anything. So it's like I'm just absorbing everything and enjoying everything now while it's here. Like I mean, obviously, everything's not perfect, but like I just, you know, it's like, oh, look at there's Superman flying again on screen, and Henry Cavill looks great. So, like, I mean, he's the perfect Superman. You know, it's like it's I'm the worst person to ask, like, what did you actually think of something? Because I'm just annoyingly positive about every superhero movie, almost every superhero movie.
I mean, look, I'm not a big Superman fan in the sense that he's like a Hogan to me in the sense that he just wins all the time. You can't beat him, and so he's, to me, not the most interesting superhero. However, I agree with you when you say that Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman. When he decided for the brief moment that he wasn't going to be Superman anymore, I was like, oh, that's kind of bummed out about it. And over the course of being quarantined, you know, for the past 2.5, 3 months, you know, I was Justice League or Batman v Superman was on like TBS or TNT, like on a regular loop, and just watching it over and over again. I'm like, you know what? These movies aren't as great as we want them to be, but you're still getting a Batman versus Superman movie. You're still getting a Justice League movie, you know?
Like being able to complain about a movie is like the best possible thing. It's like, you know, we could have none of this.
Yeah,
we could
you
have
can have it all. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, even going so far, like when I was a teenager, I enjoyed Batman Forever. I know that's not everyone's favorite Batman. Same with Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah, hot take here. Hot take.
Yeah, it's awful. Don't get me wrong, but it is fun to watch. You know, you're like, oh, this is just ridiculous. Like, why? How did this movie get made? But
yeah.
Now, are you a comic? Like, do you have like boxes of issues, or are you a trade paperback person, or are you?
Oh no, I'm a single issue person. Like I collect a ton of I'm like the type of person that collects single issues 1 through 6, and then read them, I bag and board them, put them away, and then I buy the trade in case I ever want to read it again, or I give it to someone else. Like,
see, I used to be like that. That was just too much work. So where do you put all this stuff?
But I'm sure that there's people out there, you know, maybe on the outside looking in, like my girlfriend's like, why do you collect this stuff like this? You already own it. It's like, you don't get it though. But I'm sure there's people out there, doesn't matter what platform you're watching on, they can relate, I'm sure. Because
I'm sure Nate Moore, the producer at Marvel, I'm sure I know for a fact when I used to live with him, he would go to the comic store, bag and board, and also get trade paperbacks as well too. So where do you keep all this stuff?
So I've got a couple in my room, and those are the ones that are incomplete, and those are the I've got an image long box, a DC long box, and a Marvel long box. The DC long boxes fly because I read a lot of DC, and Image and the indie stuff flies. I don't read as much Marvel as I should, but because per recommendation, being on Comics All, Amy is more of the Marvel side. So I've really upped my Marvel game, and I've been reading a ton of Marvel. But that's all been like trade paper.
But where do the long boxes themselves go? Do you have like a storage unit? Do you have like a?
I've got an attic, luckily. So I've got an attic that they go up in, and it is temper controlled. So yeah, it's I mean, there are worse vices to have, but it's still an expensive habit. So I can only have the one. That, and I buy cleats. I like cleats. I do a lot of running, so I like to buy cleats. But those are my two only vices. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I collect books, and I collect, you know, anything obviously Masters of the Universe related, i.e. Skeletor. You know, everything from 6 scales to Funko Pops. It's not awful. Don't get me wrong. It's not awful, but you know,
but it could be.
it could make a bad turn for the worse anytime soon. So again, for those of you just joining us, we have Paul on the show today. He's usually our moderator, and today we are going to be going through the Hulkbuster workout. So DeadBoys Fitness, myself, and Seth Rollins, we teamed up with Sideshow Collectibles to give you guys a fun at-home workout that you can do pretty much anywhere. All you need is a space. It's all body weight, and the lovely Jen Houston, my girlfriend, if you watch the video, which is live on our YouTube page, by YouTube I mean Sideshow Collectibles YouTube, and you know, we can put the link, Cassie, we can put the link in the chat. You guys can see what this workout is. We created a nice WOD demo where Jen is demonstrating the movements. I'm talking you guys through them, but in case you don't know, the workout is as follows. It's 75 jumping jacks to start. Then you're going to go on to move, you're going to do 30 air squats followed by 10 burpees. And we explain what each movement is, followed by 20 air squats, 10 burpees, then 10 air squats, 10 burpees, and then you end the workout with 75 jumping jacks.
And I've got an hour break in between each set, right? Is that what it is?
There is no hour break. The goal is
no hour break. Okay.
The goal is to do this workout as quickly as possible, but as safe and as efficiently as possible. Right. For those of you that have some sort of underlying issues, maybe you can't jump or you can't squat all the way to depth, or you have trouble doing burpees, we give you a ton of scaled options, including doing a burpee to a chair, squatting to either a bench or a chair, and we call them standing jumping jacks where there's no jump involved, very low impact. And again, I preach this on every show. The goal of DeadBoys Fitness is to get people kind of out of, or get them off of the couch, get them out of the house, and to get people moving. And I know these are some tough times where, maybe you were a member to a gym, or maybe you're not comfortable going back to a gym because the gyms in some places have opened up. These workouts are really, really fun to do right in your living room or in your backyard or somewhere where you have a little bit of space. And if you do them correctly and you keep that intensity level high, all while maintaining good form and technique, a good 8, 10, 12-minute workout will feel like you've done a workout for a good hour and a half. So, if everybody's wondering, that's my dog snoring. That's Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, she has no time to work out because she's working out her snoring.
Oh, good for her.
Paul is going to do the workout today. Now, again, all of the contest information is in that video, so make sure that you guys check that video out as well. But we want you guys to participate. We want to see you guys. We want to see you guys do this workout. So we have, a bunch of hashtags, #GetSuper, #Hulkbuster workout, that we want you guys to check out when doing this workout. And again, if you guys feel comfortable and you guys want to post them on social media, tag at Sideshow Collectibles, at DeadBoys Fitness, use those hashtags so we can see them and so we can repost them, because we want you guys to have a sense of accomplishment. This is a tough workout to do, and to do it and to post it, I want you guys to feel very proud, because I know Paul's about to feel proud when he finishes the workout here in a moment.
I'll be feeling something. I don't know if it's proud.
It'll definitely be a pride.
I'll
for
be feeling
sure.
it.
Yeah. Cassie, before we get started, which we'll get started in a minute or two, because I have a couple more questions for Paul. Are there any questions from the audience?
Not yet. There have been some people sounding off in the comments on YouTube about the comics conversation. Ali B Edits right now has been talking about how she's reading the Thor comics in order, and just everyone's, they're looking for a Superman conversation too for Superman Day.
I totally forgot. I totally forgot to mention before the show. I was like, it's Superman Day, everyone.
Happy we're getting super.
Yes.
I love that I just sat there and kind of buried Superman for being a boring superhero.
I was looking at you. Gosh, be cool.
No, I mean, look,
we're on his holiday, man.
Yeah, it is for Superman folks, that is. But yeah, no, I've always had an appreciation for Superman, but Superman was never my guy. I mean, very similar to, like I said, Hogan was never my guy. I was always, the guy that could be a heel or a bad guy. I love the Macho Man. Macho Man was my guy. So one would consider maybe Batman is the Macho Man of, DC. He could be a villain or he could be a good guy. He could be a baby face. He could be a heel. But he was just too good and pure and cookie cutter. And I just wanted him to have a little bit of edge,
Yeah.
Superman,
I actually prefer Superman to Batman. But it's just barely. And it's, to me, it's from reading, Superman. I love how much Superman's his biggest superpower is restraint. There are so many comics out there where he's fought, and he fought, Darkseid in one, and he says that if I hit you, I could break every glass window. And so to me, that level of restraint, living with that every day, I think that's incredible. But depending on who's writing them, he definitely can be one note. I 100% agree with that. But yeah, happy Superman Day, everyone. There's some comic reading out there. Go read All-Star Superman.
I was just about to say, a guy that works for us, Jeff Dean, said that it's a fantastic series, and I fully agree. That was Grant Morrison, right? Or who? Yeah,
Morrison.
Yeah, that was a fantastic series. I enjoyed that one as well. I also liked Red Sun.
I was just going to say Superman Red Sun is probably in my top 3 of favorite comics of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because Mark Millar had a whole world that he could play with, and he had the restraint to keep it to say like it's only going to be 3 issues and then that's it. I mean, there were spin-offs and everything, but I just love the world that they built, which kind of really also introduced like, hey, DC's multiverse is also kind of wacky. So it just opened that story opened up a ton of different things.
Did you
Superman Unchained is really good, guys. Read that.
Did you read? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But did you see the Red Sun animated movie that they have? Is it?
I did. Yeah, I did watch it. It's not on the DC Universe app yet, which I plug all the time because I love it so much. I did buy it and I watched it, and it's really great. I mean, the animation is good. I mean, I think everyone's pretty well aware that 8 out of 10 DC animated films are really great.
Yeah, they are. I'll admit that.
And they executed it very well. I always say with any comic book story, really, like if it's a really, really good book, you have the keys to the kingdom right there. You just have to adapt what's in the pages. And so, sometimes they take liberties and they don't, but Superman Red Sun specifically was really good. It was pretty authentic. And the voice cast, everything. I mean, I could rant about Superman Red Sun all day, but
are you excited for the Snyder cut of Justice League and getting to see Superman in the black outfit?
I am. I definitely wasn't someone that's like, I need the Snyder cut version of this. I was just like, I got Justice League. I'm fine. Like, but I do understand that it means a lot to a lot of people because like my brain, I was just like, oh, I can just mold back into comics. I'll just read what I want in the comic. But some people, they don't get that. And they really wanted to see a specific version. And I am excited. My favorite superhero is Green Lantern. So he's going to make an appearance in this. And I'm really stoked for that. I'm excited for more Cyborg. But I mean, I'm going to watch it. So, I mean, I'm going to watch it 14 times probably. Are you excited for it?
I think it's going to be cool. I mean, again, I think I had a, appreciation for Justice League. Like I said, when we were all quarantined up and there were just repeat after repeat on TNT or TBS, I forget the station it was, but I would catch just certain portions of the movie, and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's not as bad as everybody made it. Like, it's fun, and it's cool to see like these characters that you grow up with, and and it just makes you appreciate, like, man, like we wouldn't have had this, 5-6 years ago, and here you go. You got a cool movie, and Aquaman's rad, and Wonder Woman's awesome, and I wasn't a huge fan of Affleck as Batman, but he did a good job. I don't hate him, and like we said earlier at the start of the show, Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman.
Yeah.
Aside from Christopher Reeve, but perfect Superman. And, I'm glad that he is hopefully going to continue on to be Superman for more movies to come, because I'm a huge Henry Cavill fan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's fantastic. He, in everything he does, Witcher, it was incredible. Mission Impossible. I really loved it. I forgot he was in that. And I watched and I was like, oh, now I'm even more invested.
It's that stupid mustache. It was such a big controversy.
But yeah, I mean, happy Superman Day, everyone. If you're gonna go watch stuff, obviously go watch anything with Henry Cavill. Man of Steel being one of my favorite. Man of Steel is my favorite movie in the DC extended universe, but a lot of that is also like I love Hans Zimmer, who did the soundtrack, who scored it. I'm sorry. Go watch Man of Steel. Go watch Smallville, Krypton.
Go watch Superman 4: The Quest for Peace, because it is so bad that it is amazing.
I've never seen Quest for Peace.
Oh my God, please.
I know what I'm doing this weekend then.
John Cryer is like Lex Luthor's nephew, I believe. And the heel is Nuclear Man. Oh, it's so bad. It's great. The more I think about it, the more I love it even more. I mean, don't get me wrong. Superman 1 and 2, great. Superman 3 and 4, maybe not as good, but 4 is just on another level where you're like, man, they signed off to make this terrible movie, but it's so good.
It is. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? I mean, I think I don't know. I can't watch John Cryer in that now because I just see him as Alan from 2.5 Men. but
yeah, I agree. But he plays like Luthor.
I really want to watch it. Yeah,
crappy nephew. It's just great. You just have to watch it. It's so bad. It screams 80s. It's It's all about a new. I don't even want to spoil it for you, but just watch it and tell me what you think. All right, are you ready, Paul, to get this?
I'm ready.
Well, I actually have one more question, but Cassidy, any more questions for us?
Actually, Matthew Weekly in the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group wanted to know, Paul, did you watch the Swamp Thing on the DC app?
I did. I watched. I've so far. Yes, I've watched so far everything but the last couple episodes of Titans season 2. I loved Swamp Thing. Man, that was really good. That's gonna go down as one of those shows where it's like HBO Max better bring at least that show back, like that and Doom Patrol. Like everything else, I can take it or leave it, but Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing are pretty great.
You're gonna have to give me that login, bro, because now they keep talking about this DC Universe app. I'm like, oh, I'm missing out. That's my problem. There's so many apps. There's so many things. It's just like I feel like there's not enough time to consume all of this media.
Yeah, and of course, super producer Jeff Dean saying the Harley Quinn animated show has become my favorite animated show of all time. Like it was
good.
Of all time. I'm
talking. Yeah, I mean,
over Simpsons, over South Park, over Flintstones, over Scooby Doo.
Whoa, hey, well, I forgot about Scooby Doo, but yeah, it has become my all-time favorite. I really loved. Like I would say maybe I'll specify maybe more adult animated show, because like I mean to me nothing's better than like Justice League Unlimited and the Batman animated series. Like that's
there we go. I was about to say.
I was like, when I think characters and I read, I'm sure everyone else does. If you're out there, I'm sure Joshy does as well. Like I read certain characters as a particular voice in my head. Like I think Kevin Conroy when I'm reading Batman. Like I just can't help it.
Oh really?
Every single time. And
I always go Bale, but I think I'm in the minority that just loves Bale's Batman voice, where everybody else is like, that's the dumbest Batman voice on the planet. Where I'm like, oh, it's so good. What are you talking about?
That is I mean I love Christian Bale too. You're the first person I've ever met that reads Batman in Christian Bale's voice.
Are you kidding me? I mean,
awesome,
I can do it right now without I want to do it right now so bad just because I love that voice. But anyway.
I was like, relax, you got a show to host, sir.
Yeah. No. I think we discussed this on Tuesday a little bit, but I've already forgotten. Is the Batman 1960s television show, is that also on the DC Universe app, or is that not on an app at all?
It isn't. If someone out there can let us know where it's from, please do. I think it's probably on some obscure streaming app. It's not on the DC Universe app because it's not owned outright by Warner Brothers. So it's one of those weird contractual things like Spider-Man and X-Men, where it's like, we almost have the whole thing, but not quite. So you can't stream it. So
now I'm gonna have to go on eBay and buy all the Blu-rays.
Yeah, I mean, you have no choice.
Yeah, I have no choice. Cool. Well, I've always asked this of all my guests. You probably already know where I'm going with this. If you were to have a pop culture WrestleMania main event, meaning you can have any kind of battle between a set of pop culture icons, celebrities, comic book characters, wrestlers, whatever you want it to be. I always give the example being Superman Day. We can go Superman versus the Hulk. We can do the Thing versus, the Fantastic Four versus Doom Patrol. Anything that you want. It could be your WrestleMania pop culture main event. What would your, Paul, pop culture WrestleMania main event be?
So I have one that I think would be absolutely hilarious, and then another one that's actually serious. The serious one is Green Lantern versus Richard Rider's Nova, because they're kind of, Nova is a space police force very similar to GL. And I've gotten into many arguments with people saying like, well, who would win in a fight? And it's always Green Lantern, but that's because I'm super biased. But I don't know enough about Nova to be able to confirm that, but I would love to see that.
Okay.
But the answer that I was ruminating on was I would love to see Scott Lang's Ant-Man versus I'm sorry, the Atom from the DC universe.
Uh-huh.
Shrink down to a microscopic level, and their match would be Hell in a Cell.
Wow.
In a literal cell.
Yeah. I love the booking of that main event and the fact that you already have your tagline, Hell in an Actual Cell. For those of you that don't know, Hell in a Cell is a giant steel cage over a ring. So that makes it even funnier that two microscopic organisms are now fighting in a cell, hence the name Hell in a Cell. Wrestling slash nerd joke at its finest. And that's why they hired both you and I to be a part of the show.
Asking, Joshy brings the muscles. What do I bring to the show?
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell.
What a great, I think that's probably my favorite answer.
No. Well, you got a lot of shows left, so we'll see.
It encompasses everything that I love about this show. A, fitness. I'm a huge fitness fan, obviously. B, wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan. And C, anything nerdy pop culture, whether it be superheroes, video games. The list can go on. And you, my friend, you have taken home the championship belt when it comes to WrestleMania main events with Hell in an Actual Cell.
Well, but it's nice to get a win before everyone has to see me work out. So,
well, that's okay. I'm going to do my best to do some of the workout with you. Obviously, I have my sleeping bulldog behind me, and I have very limited space. But the workout is called the Hulkbuster, and again, it's all body weight. It's going to be 75 jumping jacks, 30 air squats. Now, the goal in the air squat is to squat all the way down. We want your hip crease to be below parallel, which means below your knee, and you're going to stand all the way up at full extension. Ensure that your legs are locked and your hips are open. You're going to do that 30 times. You're then going to give me 10 good old-fashioned burpees. That's where you fall to the ground, your chest and quads touch the deck. You jump your feet forward, you jump and clap overhead. That's 1. You're going to do that 10 times. So you're going to go 30, 10, 20, 10, 10, 10, and then back to 75 jumping jacks. The goal, if this were a functional fitness class, would be to finish this for time and to go as fast as humanly possible. Obviously, we know a lot of you at home have different skill levels or different levels of fitness, so go at a pace that is comfortable for you. Paul, I accept you. However, I want you to go as fast as humanly possible, even if that means throwing up on camera, because that is good TV, my friend.
It sure is.
But again, if you have any kind of underlying health issues, obviously take a look at the WOD demo. Jen and myself have given you a bunch of scaled options that you can do. Obviously, the goal of this workout is to go as fast as humanly possible, but I would say more importantly, the goal is to just get up and move and be healthy and move a little bit. Just, it's time to get off the couch for a little while, time to go out for a walk, trying to be, as healthy as possible, even when we can't visit a gym. All right.
All right, I'm gonna need you to yell these out at me too, just in case.
All right. So I have my trusty timer. If you want to get some space.
Okay. All right, I think that's good.
All right, so we're going to do this whole thing, right? You're going to do the whole thing for everybody. Cassidy, I'm going to ask people to guess Paul's time in the chat.
All right.
Paul's time in the chat. If someone comes extremely close to it, let me know, because I'm hoping that somebody guesses it right on the dot. Okay?
Do you mean his finish time for the workout?
His finish time for the workout.
How about if someone gets super close, Joshy can make me do one set of whatever he wants.
I was going to say that I was going to give them a long box out of your collection, but sure, we could do that.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Comics can be replaced. I can't get those breaths back.
Yeah. All right. So again, I'm going to try to demonstrate some of these movements that he's doing. I don't have a lot of space, but Paul is going to be your man today. He's going to be your demo person. Paul, we're going to get started in 10 seconds. Your first movement is 75 jumping jacks. Remember, overhead and arms to your side is 1 rep. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3. Paul's looking for that magic number of 75. And 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to do it with you. 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm trying to be in sync with Paul here, Cassidy.
I think it's working.
Sorry.
2,
30,
33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 2, 3. Don't slow down. 47, 48, 49, 50.
Go, Paul. Go, Paul. You can do it. You're doing great.
8, 9, 60. 63, 64, 65, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, shake those legs out.
30
Nice
squats,
wide,
right?
nice wide stance. All right, 10 or 30 air squats. Go. Good. 1, 2. Widen your stance just a little bit, Paul. 3. Good. And keep your chest back. There you go. 4, 5. You can put your arms out like a zombie. That works. 6. It helps with balance. 7.
Yes, it does.
8, 9. Good. 10. Faster. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 10 more, Paul. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, shake your legs out. 10 burpees.
Ooh,
All right.
Good luck, guys.
All right.
Come on, buddy. 1, 2. Good. Those are great burpees, bud. 3. Hopefully there are some people that are doing this at home, right, Cassidy?
Yeah, I'm checking out in the chats. I don't see anyone yet, but I'm asking around.
Look, folks, if you're thinking about doing this, you definitely should do this. You know why? Because if you film it and enter the contest, you can win yourself a Hulkbuster. I mean, 12 to keep it to work is totally worth it.
8, 9.
One more. 10. All right. 20. 20.
Allie B Edits on YouTube is joining in at home.
Good job, Allie B. All right, here we go, Paul. 20.
Air squats.
Air squats.
Okay.
1. Good. 2. And for those of you at home, this is Paul's #1 cheerleader, Matzo Ball.
Mats.
Look, she's cheering him on. Come on, Paul. 5. 8. 10 more, right? Keep that weight on your heels, buddy. Weight on your heels.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right, you're coming up on your toes. So see how you're hinging forward like this?
Yeah.
You want your chest to be up. There you go. All right, 10 burpees.
How many?
10.
10. All right.
10 burpees.
JJ Joe on YouTube is also doing it and said that they died after 5 squats. So you know what, Paul? You're doing pretty good. You're killing it.
Paul is killing it.
Yeah, you are.
We're at 4.5 minutes, and he's almost done.
Yeah, we had someone say that he was going to take 33 minutes, and I mean, I don't know if you want to prove that person right.
Who was that? Was that Jeff May? Did Jeff May say he was going to take 33 minutes? Because if so, what a troll.
What a troll. Where is that comment? Now I got to go hunt it down. That was funny.
How many more burpees, Paul? How many more burpees?
2, 9, 10.
Okay, I'm going to do these last rounds with you. So 10 air squats followed by 10 burpees. I'll adjust my camera so you can see me. Here we go. Last 10 air squats. Ready?
Yeah.
Not like a zombie. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. All right, I'll do these burpees with you. Hopefully I have room. Let me know when you're ready, because right now it's just on my legs. Ready?
Oh.
Go. 3, 2, 1, go. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. All right. 75 jumping jacks, buddy, and you are done.
Let's do it.
All right. You ready? You want to know what your time is?
No.
Okay. Let's go. Ready and go.
Paul, you got lots of love in the comments right now too. The_man_fan on Instagram said he's doing really well.
Thank you.
That's awesome. For those who are wondering what the challenge is, I saw a little short kid on Instagram ask that. This is the Hulkbuster workout. And it is the workout for a separate challenge to win the Hulkbuster 6 scale. So I'll drop a link for that too.
Oh my God. This is a hard workout, guys.
Have you at 39? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, almost done.
40.
Matt Bolger on Facebook said he can knock out burps, but not burpees. Pretty good stuff.
15 more, Paul. 15 more.
15.
Come on.
All right, let's go.
You got this. You're almost done.
3, 6, 9. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's his time. 8 minutes and 15 seconds.
8 minutes and 15 seconds.
Who wins the long box?
30 minutes. How dare they?
That was who was that? John Carmer. John Carmer.
I'll tell you what, that workout really smokes your legs in a very surprising. So, Paul, catch your breath. I'll let you catch your breath. Cassidy, any questions regarding the workout and how they could win? Again, in case you don't know, it is a fun way to win a really cool I'm talking about the Hulkbuster. If you don't know, Cassidy, like I said, has dropped the link to the challenge in the chat. And again, it's just a fun way of staying fit, staying healthy. You can do it in 8 minutes and 15 seconds. You can try to do it faster. Or for those folks that maybe that seems like it's a little bit too much, you can obviously take your time. The goal of these workouts, whether they be this one or any of our DeadBoys fitness workouts, is just to get people moving. And there are tons of ways to move efficiently and very quickly at the same time, not spending a lot of time in the gym or in your home. I mean, you saw it yourself, 8 minutes and Paul is wrecked. He is smoked.
As you like to say, blown up.
Yeah, as you're saying, blown up. Even Matzo Ball got into the cheering and now she's about to take a nap. But
you're right there, Matzo.
What did you like about that workout and what did you not like, Paul?
Oh, I mean, well, I've gone on record saying I don't like burpees, but I do. But that's a nice break between everything. The scaling or like the drop in reps of the air squats is deceptive because you're like, oh, okay, I just did 30, I can do 20. By the time you get to it, you're blown up.
So the thing with that one is it's designed to, like, you know, trick you in the sense that, like, oh, your legs are smoked on a jumping jack. That's the funny thing too, is you have anywhere from all-star athletes to your average everyday home mom or dad doing these workouts, and they think that, oh, it's 75 jumping jacks, air squats, and burpees. That's so easy. In fact, that's too easy. But when you do 75 jumping jacks in a row, your legs are smoked.
Yeah.
Realize that your quads are like, oh man, I can't squat right now. And then you got 30 squats right out of the gate, and now your legs are toast, and now you have to use your legs on the burpee. So it's really deceptive in how we, designed it to really challenge yourself. And, it's been cool to have Becky and Colby, or, Seth, Cesaro, Sheamus, all these people do the workouts with us. But, Paul, everyday people like yourself are what really drives me as a coach, because those are the things that that make me feel good inside to achieve, help people achieve a level of fitness that they're striving for. We've all kind of, been kind of spoiled to being able to stay at home and not really do much. But when people like yourself walk into the gym and say, hey, I want to lose X amount of weight, or hey, I'm trying to get a certain PR, this, that, and the other, and I'm able to help achieve that, that always to me makes me feel the best. Yeah, coaching Becky and Colby is fun and it's cool, don't get me wrong, but helping average everyday people achieve a level of fitness that they may not have thought that was possible is to me always been a great, achievement as a coach. So I'm glad to see you move really well, my friend.
Thanks. Some of the old sports muscles I had to dust off.
Now we just got to get, Jeff Dean, Jeff May, the rest of the gang to doing this workout.
Oh yeah, we'll get everyone. So
and congratulations, you won the Hulkbuster, right, Cassidy? He won it. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. No. That's a big no.
Oh, he can't win it?
Oh, he can't win it. No, no.
I just do all.
Didn't you know that?
Oh no. That's how that's what I told him.
Wow, yikes.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Sorry about that, dude.
Well, you get to someone else out there.
We do have some questions from the chats for you, Joshy. JJ Joe wants to know on YouTube, do you have any recommendations to recover quicker after a workout?
As far as, when I do a workout, like a functional fitness workout, or even any kind of strength program, I preach it by saying stretching, hydration. Do I always stretch after workout? No. But do I always drink a lot of water after workout? No. But that's what you're supposed to do. So those are the things that I recommend a lot of as far as help recovering after workout. Taking some sort of protein supplement is always fun, in the sense that I take a supplement called Progenics, which helps me out tremendously. But for those of you that don't like supplements, eating a well-balanced meal, and all whole foods and nothing super processed, your diet obviously affects the way you recover as well. And then of course, sleep. Sleep is the number one. If you want to recover and have a better workout the next day, sleep is the way to go. I wear this thing that you've probably seen 1,000 times on the shows. It's called a Whoop. It monitors my recovery. So it's an app. It monitors your sleep throughout the day. It monitors your stress. And so when you wake up in the morning, you fill out a bunch of questions, and depending on how your day was the day before, it'll say, hey, you're super fully recovered. You're going to go hard today. Or, oh man, you're not recovered at all. You didn't get enough sleep. You didn't hydrate enough, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe you should take a day off. So, if you're not looking to get a bunch of gadgets and gizmos, eating well, hydration and stretching are always good recovery tips. If you're looking for a supplement might help. And if you're looking to get a little bit more advanced, getting some sort of tracking device like a Whoop helps out tremendously as far as recovery goes.
All right, cool. And then Ali B Edits on YouTube wants to know, do you think that DeadBoys would ever release a protein line? Speaking of protein.
That's always a good question. That's not in the future anytime soon, but that's obviously not out of the question. But no, right now we partnered up with a company called Progenics. They're really been super cool with us. We released a collab DeadBoys t-shirt and a shaker bottle, as well as a bunch of single serves. So you don't have to commit to a big bag. If you're interested in that, you can check out their website. But other than that, not at the current moment, no. But again, for those that think that there's a special pill out there, or a special protein, or a special this, like, honestly, if you're just watching what you eat, even for a week, you'll see, man, like, you don't realize how much sugar is in certain things, or how much fats are in certain things, and being able to monitor or keep track of a daily, food journal helps tremendously as far as tracking what you eat and seeing how much garbage is in, stuff that you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing now. I've been guzzling down this water, and I just realized I hadn't had breakfast yet, so maybe I should have did that early on.
Or maybe it was a good thing you didn't have breakfast, because the last thing people I'm sure wanted to see was anything come up. Which there are people that love to eat beforehand. I know when I traveled with Seth and Cesaro, they love to have a big breakfast beforehand, and I'm like, how do you guys do this? This is insane. I like to work out on an empty stomach just because I don't want anything to reappear. So I think that's to each his own type of thing. If people were wondering, like, hey, should I work out before or after? If you're the type of person that has like low blood sugar, maybe a small something like, a piece of toast and peanut butter or banana, something like that, just to have something in your system. But if you're asking me, I'm an empty stomach guy all the way. Yeah, me too. Let's say I did it on purpose as well. Oh. And that's the thing too. We would design this workout. If you are, interested in DeadBoys Fitness, we would design this workout like the Hulkbuster, and then I would have Paul, if he was on a regimen, he would go and do this workout again, maybe in 3 or 4 months, and his time of 18:15 would hopefully improve by a minute or so. Just because, that's the great thing about the way we program, is that it's data driven. You enter your workout in a website, you enter your strength goals or your strength numbers in a website, and then over time you see like, oh man, I don't need a pull-up band for pull-ups, or oh man, I've obviously gotten stronger, this, that, and the other. The data backs it up. It's not me just trying to sell you snake oil and this, that, and the other. Like, if you're putting in the work, you'll see the results, and that's what's really, really cool about it. No work, no results, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like I would work out quite frequently, but I'm more of a runner. I've always loved to run more. So I hadn't run in about a week, and I can feel it in this workout. Yeah. I can feel like my chest being heavy, and just, that's good though. Well, that's the other thing too. The workouts are always different every day. They're very rarely the same. And like I said, if they are the same, they're the same workout 3 or 4 months down the line. No one wants you to do the Hulkbuster for 5 days in a row. Like, that won't, that won't, get the intended result that we want. But that's what the great thing about these workouts is, that they're always constantly varied, and they may seem like the simplest, easiest task, but in reality we trick you, and then you're like, that Joshy G, I want to punch him in the face because this one sucked. Yeah, once I got to around the in the last set of air squats, once I think it was 10, right? The last set. But once I got to like 6 or 7, I was like, I'm gonna throw up all over my laptop. What's gonna happen? But it's nice to, once you start hitting the next set of muscle groups, it allows that other part to kind of relax. But yeah, my lower body is dying right now. Yeah, and that's a funny thing. There's these workouts called like death by burpees or death by air squats, where you start your first minute, you do 1. So the first 3 or 4 rounds, and then the reps increase every minute. So on the top of the minute. So like rounds 1 through 4, you're doing 1 air squat or 1 burpee, and then you're resting for like 57 seconds, and then you do it again, 2 reps of a burpee or an air squat, and then again you're resting. And by the time you get to 12 or 13, you're so blown up that you're like, this is the most awful workout on the planet. Because again, just like this one, it feels like, oh, this is going to be super easy, but when you get into those later rounds, you are just so smoked. Right. Yeah, consider me blown up. Yeah, exactly. You've joined the club. I like it. The blown up club. Yeah. So again, those are another good at-home workout. You could do it. I usually do it with burpees. You could do it pretty much with any movement, but it's the song "Roxanne" by the Police. Yeah. every time the song says Roxanne, you do a burpee. So at the beginning, you're like, oh, super easy, but as soon as that chorus hits, you're doing like 20 or 30 burpees. That's a good way to psychologically train someone to hate a song. Oh yeah,
that's true.
Like, or you'll just be walking out. What if I did it? I'd be walking out in public, going by some dive bar, doing a cover of Roxanne, and I would just start doing burpees in the middle of the street. Yeah, trust me, I'm sure. I don't even know why. I guarantee you that has happened. But yeah, I have a bunch of song workouts like that where you hear the song or a word and the lyrics, you have to do something. So they are fun workouts. Awesome. Any more questions, Cassie, before I let Paul recover and put out of his eyes?
I think we answered them all. There are a few people in the chats going, I'm going to curse Joshy G tomorrow for this workout when my legs hurt and everything. But I think we got them all.
All right, guys. Well, again, don't forget, if you are doing this workout, please enter the contest. It's super fun. And most importantly, you have a chance to win a really cool piece by Hot Toys. That Hulkbuster is just one of my must-have pieces. I can't even win it. So, you know, the fact that you guys have a chance to win it just by doing a fun workout, you know, I'm happy for you. I'm a little jealous, but I'm definitely happy for you.
Yeah.
I know I was a little jealous too. Thank you again. You guys have been an amazing audience. If you're interested in entering any of the giveaways each and every week, make sure you check out our Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group. Their hashtag Stay in Sideshow challenge is still going on. This group is also, you know, very welcoming community with tons of Sideshow exclusive news and giveaways. Remember, we still have our Collectibles Cookout Challenge going on. You just give us a 10 to 15 second video of you serving some food to your favorite collectibles for a chance to win a Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy statue by DC Direct. And that thing is really, really cool.
Right.
I'm going to try to film Matzo Ball giving some food to one of my 6 scales and hopefully maybe try to win that, but I probably can't. This contest is open until next Tuesday, June 16th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Cassidy will she will drop a link to that in the chat right now. And yeah, again, remember, you have a chance to win that Hulkbuster. That is going on until June 22nd, all the way up till 11:59 p.m. So make sure you enter the Gleam contest. Of course, Cassidy will drop the link to that in the comments. It is a hashtag with me video. So again, I know a bunch of us here at Sideshow have done some cool with me videos, and this is mine. So hopefully you guys will enter, do the workout, and one of you guys will win that Hulkbuster. We will see you guys on Monday with Guy and Jeff for Unsealed and Revealed, where they'll be unsealing and revealing a Han Solo 6 scale from the movie Solo. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah, the Han Solo Deluxe 6 scale from their movie Masterpiece series. So a lot of you are familiar. They got that awesome art box on the Star Wars pieces. Yeah, first look right there.
Yeah, you could look at that and you can check that out, but do you want to win a Hulkbuster? You got to enter the workout. Otherwise, check out Guy and Jeff's show on Monday.
Yes.
Han Solo piece is really, really cool. Well, Paul, thank you again for being the guinea pig of the workout. It was fun to chit chat with you, get to know you a little bit. As you can hear, Matzo Ball is had enough. Snoring in the background. So again, thank you, Cassidy. Thank you, Paul. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being an awesome audience. And don't forget to let your geek side show. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.